Hi, I forgot how awkward it is to film in my car. Just because, like, I can't, like, just set my camera on okay. Good morning! I'm, going to Barnes & Noble today. There are technically 2 books that were released today. I already have one, because I kind of cheated the system. And honestly, as soon as I got it, I was, like, really excited to get it early, the way that I cheated the system. But then as soon as I got it, I was like, I have regrets. Anyways, I'm going to Barnes. I was gonna go get coffee before, but then I was like, I could go to Barnes and then on my way back get coffee, like sit and enjoy my books at the coffee shop. Vibes, vibes. So I'm allowed to get 4 books at Barnes today, but only 4 specific books. Unless there's something crazy, then I cannot be held accountable for my actions. I need to do like a bookshelf update, I guess you could say, since I've bought a lot of books since we last had a little book vlog ski. So I'm gonna drive to Barnes now. Yeah, I'm here. Time to bookshop. I also was thinking while I was on the way, while I was driving here, I was like, well, what if I find like a really pretty copy of The Great Gatsby? Maybe I should get that too. That really looked like there was someone in my backseat. That was so creepy. Anyways, I was like, what if there's like a really pretty copy of The Great Gatsby? Because I have like the 2016 movie cover copy, which isn't a big deal, but I also have a classics shelf, and I think that's one of my favorite classics, if not my favorite classic. So, you know, I saw a really pretty vintage one on Pinterest this morning, and it was really pretty, and it was sold out. But if there's something similar, you know, maybe we get a little... You never know what you're gonna find. So, you know how I said I could get 4 books, and they were 4 very specific books. So, I got one of those 4 books. One of the books I knew was gonna be a long shot of if they had it. The other one, I was like, hoping, praying, it's a Barnes & Noble exclusive, and I knew it was like, they'd switch to a paperback, but I wanted the hardback because of the foiling that they did. That was like 3 of them were the Barnes & Noble exclusives. I got 1. So now I need to get the other 2 of these because I need it. I had a shelf idea because it's the spoilers, it's the books from in the series on the foiling and everything, and I need them. For reasons. I've officially bought multiple versions of this series now, but if you can't tell from my pink hair, I'm rereading it. It's been a whole thing. So I wanted all of those series in the Barnes & Noble exclusives. They only had that one in the hardback. And then I went in for King of Pride, which is the new Anna Wang? I'm sorry if I butchered that. Like billionaire romance book that came out today. And they had the Barnes & Noble exclusive, which had like additional content, all that stuff, but I didn't want that one because I really like the spines of the traditional ones, the normal ones, and I have gotten all of the other ones from like Target. I looked and Target already has it, so the next time I go to Target, I'll just pick that up. The other new release I was gonna get was Powerful, which is the Powerless novella. That's the one that I bought early. I ordered it on Blackwell's because I was putting in a Blackwell's order for the Fourth Wing paperback, which isn't available in the States yet, but if you order it on Blackwell's, you get the UK version, so it's already available. So I have the Powerful paperback, and if they had the regular hardback, I was gonna get it and not the Barnes & Noble edition, because then I'd want to buy the Barnes & Noble edition of Powerless, and I already have Powerful, and I already annotated it, and like literally the only difference that I could see was the dust jacket, and weirdly enough, my Powerless came with 2 dust jackets, so I'm all good there. That's just a weird thing. But they only had the Barnes & Noble exclusive for Powerful, and it was also like 2 inches shorter than Powerless, and I was like, I don't like this. And if it had like, Powerless has like a sword embossed on the book itself, and if Powerful had something like that, I was gonna get it, but it didn't, and they didn't have the regular version. I looked all over. It was really awkward because like, I was circling and my boots squeak, and I forgot that they squeak, and it was so quiet in there. But I was like circling, like looking at tables, trying to see if they had more of these, because this was on a table, so I found it immediately. But then I was like hoping they also had more stacked on the shelves, and then they didn't, and I was like devastated. And then I found King of Pride in the exclusive edition, and I was like, well, it's a new release, so maybe the regular one is on a table, even though the Barnes & Noble exclusive is on the shelf, and I wasn't. But then one of the Louise was like, I don't know if I just don't look like a reader today or what, but she's like, is there anything I can help you with? And I was like, no, I'm all good, thanks. And she's like, okay, like, don't forget to look at the tables. Like, if you don't see on the shelf, it's maybe on a table. And these tables, they have the buy one, get one 50% off. And you can mix and match with all of the tables at the store. And I was like, oh, really? Thank you. And then she was like, I looked up this one last week. And I was like, you're so kind. Thank you. But, and then I started looking at the buy one, get one 50 table. And those are bad for me because I always am like, it's such a good deal, I have to get it. So I really want to get into Brandon Sanderson, and I've been told this is where to start. So Mistborn with the BOGO, and then I was like, okay, well, what do I match it with? And I was gonna get Babel because I got the Poppy War as well from Blackwell because I saw one TikTok about it and that convinced me to read it. But then I was like, I feel like the paperback of Babel, it feels so small, and then I've seen the hardback is like huge, so I kind of want the hardback for it. So then I got Vicious. I have also just realized, okay, this is the first one. I was like, wait, I think this one is like a duology at least, or it's a series, and I was like, wait, is Vicious or Vengeful first? Usually they only put the first book on the table. Thankfully, it says on the back, includes a bonus chapter for the sequel, Vengeful. That's great. That's great. Okay, so not what I wanted, but it's fine. Now, however, I need to go to Half Off Books just to make sure that they don't have any of these before I start shopping these for really expensive online. Because I've seen sometimes they have signed editions and like exclusive editions, and yes, sometimes they're expensive there, but they're not nearly as expensive as the ones that I have seen online. Luckily for me, I always see Once Upon a Broken Heart and The Ballad of Never After as like grouping online on like Mercari or whatever, or Pango Books, and so yeah, if I do have to go for that, I will. I did buy, like 2 weeks ago, I bought a really uppriced book. I bought a first edition of Iron Flame with the sprayed edges, because like that is my Roman Empire. Okay, I'm gonna go to Half Off Books now. Oh my god. Oh no, I didn't want to skip it, I wanted to pause it. I was looking at the receipt. Someone please tell me why, and obviously it still was with my discount, but tell me why this copy of Mistborn, after and before my discount, was more expensive than the exclusive edition of A Curse for True Love. Is it because this is YA? Is that why? I don't know, man. It's like $2 more. I'm very confused. I'm going over to that corner. I forgot everything I was gonna say. Yeah, I'm going in Half Off Books now, which is my favorite bookstore of all time. Also, sorry, there was no Barnes & Noble footage. It was absolutely silent in there, and my camera makes a beep when I start recording, and I got nervous. Well, I didn't get any books that I went in for, but it's fine. I really just wanted to get to that 5th star so that the next time that I come in, which is probably not going to be there until the fire sale, which they gave me a little card for. Yeah, anything with a green tag is on sale. I kind of purposefully only bought blue tag books, but most of the time if I see a book in there and I want it and I don't buy it, the next time I go in it's gone, and I feel like I come here semi-regularly. I also like religiously stalk their Instagram stories because they always post what like new books they get in, because people go and sell their books and then they put them out like the next day-ish. Here's what I got so that I could get my 5th star, so that the next time I come in I have 25% off up to $200, which is literally insane. I always start out in the YA section. Their YA section is Chef's Kiss, and they had a Caraval book set, and I'm looking for Stephanie Garber books, but I already have all of Caraval, and it's like I just finished Caraval last night. I was about to start Legendary, but I didn't because I wanted the audiobook for it, but I don't want to buy the audiobook, but it's not on Spotify Premium. It's gonna be a whole thing of finishing that. I'm like not super into it enough to have like 2 copies, and also it was just like the hardback version. It was like a box set of the versions that I already have. I literally bought Caraval at this bookshop actually, but so I started in the YA section and I picked up Shadow and Bone. Last time I went in there, they had a used copy of, what's the other one? 6 of Crows. That one was gone. I didn't get it last time, and it was gone now. See how it works? But they had two of these, and it was really funny because one of them had like the Now a Netflix thing, and I was gonna get that one because this one has like a little more wear on the edge, and then this one didn't have it, so I got this one instead. This one also has like a piece of paper in it. I want to know what it is, like a bookmark. Someone didn't get very far. Someone got 20 pages in, and that was it. So I started there, I got this, and then I went over to the romance section, which their romance section is always a little like small. They had an Ali Hazelwood book, Love on the Brain, I think, or Love Theoretically, but it was a book of the month one, and I have I bought an Ali Hazelwood book there already. I bought Love Hypothesis there, and I have the paperback, and I also have Bride, so I want to keep them all the same. They had a couple Tessa Bailey books, so I got Fix Her Up. I've heard about this one, and I think it would be fun. I myself love renovating, so, you know, just another thing to add to my little shelf. And then I was like, okay, this one was like $7.50. This one's $5.50. I needed to get up above $20 to get a star. So then I was like, they have more Tessa Bailey books, so like I know people love her, so it happened one summer. I don't know what this one's about. I knew what Fix Her Up was about. And then I saw the like paparazzi, and I was like, Schitt's Creek style rom-com about a Hollywood it girl. So this is like, I'm assuming this is like, she's famous and an actress, and she goes to a small town and hits it off with this lighthouse guy, maybe. There's a lighthouse on it, so I assume there's like a lighthouse thing. Which, you know, I'm not usually like a small town romance kind of girl. I'm usually like a big city. Hence why I was getting King of Pride today. And then last but not least, Ready Player One. I read this, I have the audiobook for this, which I read or listened to when the movie came out forever ago. They also had two versions of this one, and I was gonna get the other copy, same exact thing. I was gonna get the other copy because this one had like the pages are a little yellowed, but then the other one had the Now a Movie sticker on it, and this one didn't, and they were the same price, so I got this one instead, which is really funny. But I read this one, I just didn't have a copy of it yet, so I like this cover too. Also, I have to pee now, so like I might have to go home and then go get coffee and... Okay, so like here's the thing is, this is a disaster. Okay, wait, let me just... Okay, I have another one of these bookcases, but it's at my parents' house, which is not here. It's gonna go over there eventually, but I don't have it yet, but I'm not gonna buy another bookcase because I already have one and I don't have to buy, you know. And I also put the extension on there recently, and the second extension is in the closet, and there's cosplays all over the place. So I have room, I made room for, technically, it was for King of Sloth, which is supposed to go there, because they didn't have the matching cover, I didn't get it, and I'm gonna get it at Target. I rotated all of those books so that there would be room for more of the Twisted series and more of the King of Sins series. So I can put the Tessa Bailey books on top up there, on top of the Fake Mate. Other than that, let me just close this. I'm getting terrible, absolutely terrible lighting. I moved the Serpents and the Wings of Night from the vampire shelf because I didn't like the way it looked, because I rotated the Vampire Academy because they were all up. Somehow they fit worse like this. So see, I had to move one of the Vampire Diaries books even. Maybe I have to rotate those back, put the Serpents and the Wings of Night back on top. This is like my kind of miscellaneous half-read shelf where I've read like The Fault in Our Stars and the Book of Azrael, and that's it. And then obviously all my new Book of the Month books down there. Okay, it's getting a little chaotic. I think I need to move my Star Wars Legos. I just obviously picked up the reappearance of Rachel Price, and it's a mess up there. That's my YA shelf. Okay, but so I can rearrange my vampire shelf once again. I can fit my romance books at least. Curse for True Love is going downstairs. I did just buy Once Upon a Broken Heart and The Ballad of Never After for too much money to match these. I haven't done one of these in a while, but I did in fact get both of these, Once Upon a Broken Heart and A Ballad of Never After. Really, really devastating news. It's been like 10 days since I filmed this video. Once Upon a Broken Heart got delivered in approximately like 3 days after this video, and the day after it got delivered, Half Off Books got this exact same copy, and they probably are selling it for half of what I bought this one for. So love that for me. But this is literally the only reason I wanted these. I have an idea for a shelf. I'll have to pick up the shelf, but I have like a spot in my room where I can put a shelf and have these on display. Because I have the UK covers, but they're all like fully annotated, and this has the bonus content in it. I haven't actually read this one. I was too sad, but I just reread Once Upon a Broken Heart. And then I also got, this is the UK edition of Powerful, because they only had the special edition of Powerful. I think I said this already. And it was literally like 2 inches shorter, and this one is perfectly fine. In fact, I like the white cover, especially, here, let me put it on the shelf. Those weren't there before. I just had the Folk of the Air, and I just picked up these as well. But I like the way that looks, and I also just put Fourth Wing and Iron Flame there. That is my new annotated version of Iron Flame because I bought a first edition. I told you that. It's downstairs. I'll show you. Let me figure this all out, and then we can figure out downstairs. Yeah? Yeah? Where can I put you? This is a terrible angle. What about... I'm like, huh, I wish I had a book to rest my camera on. Nope, that's worse. Okay, maybe it's not that bad. It's kind of bad. Sick.
Mercedes, but I ride for you now. Double tick and then you say that you don't.
You can't see it. It's literally touching the top up there, and the books are all like curved. Okay.
Tell me what you need in my time.
These ones, I don't know what to do with. I think I'm gonna put Ready Player One in my room. I have like a small, like, science fiction area in my room on my shelf. That's like where my Andy Weir books are. As well as my Stephen King. I don't know why. I think these are honestly both just gonna have to go down on my random shelf. Like, I'm sorry, I feel bad about it, but let me put my plant back up there. I had to take this plant down and water it. Let's do like a quick tour. Up top, plant that I propagated from a plant that I got for free. Those are my plant babies. They're not super happy up here, but that's because I never come up here. This is legit vintage Star Wars toys from the 70s. Some of them are on display downstairs. That is the rest of them and the case. That is last year's Lego May 4th coin, as well as the exclusive Return of the Jedi 40th anniversary gifted purchase. That's a bobblehead of myself as Darth Vader that my grandpa got made for me, and then 2 random Star Wars books. Next is the semi-complete Harry Potter shelf. So I have the Hogwarts Castle in the micro scale Lego set from Goblet of Fire, as you see the ship and the carriage. I love that set. I want to move it over to the other bookcase when I get it so that you can actually see it. And then we have the first 3 illustrated books. That is the Universal Studios Deathly Hallows necklace from at least 9 years ago, I think. And then these are the UK editions of the first 4 Harry Potter books, as well as the Scottish one of the Philosopher's Stone. And then that was a Christmas gift from a coworker. It's a little lamp. I have my 3 Universal wands and then a Marauder's map behind it. There's those 2 shelves. Next, this is my kind of romance shelf. So we have the Dreamland Billionaires trilogy, which I bought secondhand and haven't read yet. And then we have The Touch of Darkness, just missing 1 because I literally bought those and then found out that same day that the next day that the 4th one came out, and I was devastated. Then I have my Anna Huang books. So I have Twisted Love, and I've read most of the Twisted series because it's on Kindle Unlimited, but I don't have the physical copies yet because I prefer the Kings of Sin books, which I have the physical copies of, except for King of Pride or King of Sloth because it came out today and they didn't have this edition, whatever. And then I have 3 of my Book of the Month books. Butcher and the Blackbird, one of my favorite books, Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, and then my first Abby Jimenez book, which I haven't read yet, but I think I want to get the rest of her books as Book of the Month books so that they match, because I know she most of their books are on there. This is my little, mostly silly little romance book section. So you saw today, It Happened One Summer, Fix Her Up, The Fake Mate. This is the UK edition of Beach Read because I heard that they were different and that the UK edition ends not with an engagement. And I was like, I feel like I like that more, so I got that one. And then we have Book Lovers, Song of Achilles. I bought both of those secondhand. If He Had Been With Me, Daisy Jones and the Six, Seven Husbands of Evelyn and Hugo, Icebreaker, Love Hypothesis, and Bride. And then we have these Violent Delights, Foul Lady Fortune, and Malibu Rising. I bought, I think, all 3 of those secondhand. Oh, and then that's Wesley from The Princess Bride. I really want to get the Elsie Silver Chestnut Spring series for my other shelf, It's gonna be over there eventually because I have a Dolores and a Teddy from Westworld pop in their like cowboy outfits that I think would look so cute with the Chestnut Spring series. This is like my favorite shelf. I'm not even lying. This is my vampire shelf. So these are literally the Vampire Diaries set and the Twilight set are the ones that I had when I was a kid. And those were like the first, Twilight was the first series that I ever read. I read it in 6th grade and I would take my books every day and I would take them outside to recess and I would read them at recess all day. And I didn't realize it at the time, but I like annotated at least these 3. Nope. I also annotated Breaking Dawn and my Breaking Dawn book. Literally, look at her, look at me. I was the annotating queen. I don't know what the colors mean. I actually don't know if they had meaning, but so. And then I have the special 10th anniversary edition and Midnight Sun. I also still have my original download of when Midnight Sun leaked online. The Vampire Academy was the first full series that I listened to on audiobook. This was also the first books that I ever thrifted. So I got all of these thrifted. Vampire Diaries was my love and joy. One of these is like stained pink because I had a pink bookmark and I spilled something in my bag. Obviously, when I was in like 7th grade and 6th grade, I didn't really care about my books. And then, you know, our newest companion here, who don't really want to be here, but this shelf has just become a fantasy shelf. Originally, I wanted this to just be my SJM shelf, hence this gorgeous bit of decoration here. I have a matching one. For eventually, on my other shelf, this exact same level is gonna be over there. And it's a dragon, because I wanna have a dragon shelf for like my 4th Wing books. And I wanna do like a Game of Thrones section over there and yada, yada, yada. We have my Crescent City, and then the Folk of the Air, original trilogy, and then the sequel duology. And then I put my Powerless books here, because there's nowhere else to put them. I guess I could put them with Carval, but they look nice there under the little flower pot. I love these Legos. These are the 3-in-1. That's my second love, if you couldn't tell already. Throne of Glass. I was rereading these last week, just crying my eyes out, and I was also annotating like some of my favorite ones. And then my original copies, for me original, of Iron Flame and 4th Wing. This one is not an original, or it's not a first print. I annotated it, and then I sprayed the edges myself with a Sharpie, just to see how it would work, and it worked really well. There's those shelves. This is where everything starts to fall apart a little bit. So this is my YA shelf. The Hot Wheel Lamborghini is an inside joke that I can't tell anyone about because I signed an NDA. So you don't get to know about that probably until November or December. But we have the Evermore, the Immortals series, I think is what it was. I loved this series so much. My cousin introduced it to me and she was like, oh, you like reading? You liked Twilight? Here, try this. I recently re-listened to Evermore on audiobook and I was like, wow, this is something. And then we have Carval, the Carval series. I just finished Carval last night, so I have Legendary downstairs. I'm reading it currently. My TARDIS pop next to my Doctor Who book because they looked nice originally. This whole pile was on top of the Doctor Who book, but then everything kind of fell apart. And then we have the Shatter Me series. Oh, I was gonna look and see if they had any of the novellas when I was at Barnes today and I forgot. I've been re-listening to these because I read the first 3 really quickly last December. Like 1 a day, if not like 1.5 a day, I think. And then I started reading this one and I was like, I just need a break. And then that was when I finished the Akatar series. I haven't finished this set. I always get the Shatter Me audios on TikTok and I love the audiobook. And there's like a 3-book set on Audible that I got. And I just love her voice so much. Okay, and then we have Smaug. Move over. This set I read also as a child. I barely remember what it was about. This was like my introduction to werewolves, kind of. I'm pretty sure it's YA. I barely remember this series, but I like couldn't get rid of it because I remember it and it was my introduction to werewolves. And that was why I loved Bride. And then we have my incomplete Hunger Games set. I don't know where my Mockingjay is. I know that I have it. These are also from when I was a child, but I also just like, I did not like how it ended, so I never finished Mockingjay, but I know I have a copy. Sorry, Smaug. And then up top here, we have 3 of these I got because it was either like the Barnes & Noble buy one, get one 50, or Target did a buy 2, get one free. So I have a lot of like firsts of books because of that. So I have Belladonna, A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, Red Red Queen and the reappearance of Rachel Price. Those eventually will hopefully go on their own shelves when I have more space. There's that one. And here we go. Okay, we're just gonna fly through most of these. This is my original copy of Aragon that I got when the movie came out, because the movie came out on my birthday. So this is like a first edition paperback print. Paperback edition first. I got this book when the movie was coming out, because the movie came out on my birthday. So we like went to see it for my birthday. I did that a lot as a kid, because the like week before Christmas movies always came out on my birthday, or almost always. Like I've had a lot of Star Wars movies come out on my birthday. So I did a lot of movie birthdays. But this is my dad's favorite book ever, as seen by Why It's So Destroyed. I never finished reading it. I feel like this is so fragile. So I thrifted a hardback copy, and then all of the rest of the books I have, they're not here. They're at my parents' house with all of the rest of my books that aren't here, but all of the rest of the books are first editions hardback. So I wanted hardback to complete the set, and also because I feel like this needs to be put in like a glass case for memories. Okay, we can fly through the rest. Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. This is the UK edition. Assistant to the Villain. This was great. Poppy War. This is also the UK edition. I saw one TikTok about this and made me want it, so I got it. Red Rising, Scythe, Thunderhead. This one was thrifted. That's why it's the way that it is. One Dark Window, Lightlark, Kingdom of the Wicked. You saw I thrifted Shadow and Bone today. These next like 5 are thrifted. Shadow and Bone thrifted, Clockwork Angel thrifted, Shadow of Night thrifted, which is the second book in A Discovery of Witches. I thrifted it because I knew I wanted the series, and I just remembered that they actually got the first one at that same bookstore. I didn't look for it. Sad. Okay, Malice and Misrule, also thrifted. I think this is a duology. The Fault in Our Stars, that's my original copy. I remember reading this in high school, like right before the movie came out, and I like spent all day in school reading it, and I'm really surprised my teachers didn't care more. The Atlas 6, I started this book and then I had to put it back up here because I wanted to listen to the audiobook of it when my Spotify premium refreshed. Atlas 6, Alex Paradox, Gothicana, From Blood and Ash, Book of Azrael, love my love, Book of Azrael, and then Throne of Broken Gods. Honestly, the audiobook for the Book of Azrael is fantastic. It's dual read, and it was so good. And then you saw Mistborn and Vicious. And then finally, this is really my I don't know what's going on shelf. This is where eventually my Book of the Month books will not be. Most of this probably will not be down here. Actually, I don't know. I can't say that. Dragon Fruit, the City of Bones series with all of them. And then we have more Mortal Instruments. Or yeah, that's the Mortal Instruments. These are the Shadow Hunt. So like the Shadow Hunter Mortal Instruments world. The Bane Chronicles, Lord of Shadows, Lady Midnight. I have not read these yet. I'm excited to. Heartless Hunter, A Fate Inked in Blood, and then these are my thrifted Percy Jackson books. I've only read the first 2. I just can't get into it. I've said it before, but I feel like if I had read them as a kid, I would have liked them more, but trying to read them as an adult, I just don't get it. I Am Number 4. It's the movie cover as well. I actually think I'm gonna drop this one off in a little library. I have a couple like double copies of Stephen King books that I'm gonna drop off in little libraries. And then The Girl Who Could Fly, which I read as a child. This one was recommended to me by my grandma. It's a very weird book. And then my Vampire Assistant Cirque du Freak books. Loved these as a kid. Loved those as a kid. Yeah, that's it for at least up here. We could go explore more of my bookshelves. Oh my gosh, wait, that would be crazy. I was gonna say I don't think this shelf has changed much since you last saw it, but I actually think it has. My Dune Ornithopter has kind of just like taken up residence here because I don't have anywhere else to put it at the moment. But I actually picked up a few new classic books. These 2, I've had these from my grandpa's, The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn and Black Beauty. And then I just thrifted these 3 Jane Austen books, Sense and Sensibility, Emma and Persuasion. I literally was at the thrift store today going, why didn't I take a picture of which Jane Austen books I thrifted? Because they had a Pride and Prejudice that was really pretty, but I couldn't remember if I'd thrifted Pride and Prejudice yet. So this is just this. I think I'm gonna get rid of the Iliad and the Odyssey actually, because I have more of my grandpa's books coming because we just cleaned out his bookshelf. So I think he's gonna have more classics. Like I got these and then I got all of these from him. I want to make a little bit more space on this little classics shelf that I have going on. Then I have Magnolia Parks and Daisy Hate series, and then Akatar, rest of my Star Wars vintage toys. And then this is kind of my, I want to say it's like almost all LGBTQ except for Fangirl, but I literally love Fangirl. It was one of my favorite books. So yeah, we have Nick and Charlie, 2 Heartstoppers, Fangirl, Simon and the Homo Sapien Agenda, Leah on the Offbeat, and Red and Royal Blue, which I just actually thrifted like 2 weeks ago. And then this is some of my comic collection slash graphic novels. These are some really random ones. I honestly probably will actually get rid of some of these and thrift them because I have more coming. I have a lot that I want to actually like unhaul. So I'll probably unhaul like my Poe Dameron. Yeah, that's about it. Maybe I might unhaul the Super Sons. I don't know. I know I'm definitely keeping like this Stan Lee's book my grandpa bought for me secondhand and it's signed. Gotta keep like these ones. I love the art style of these Hawkeye graphic novels, so keeping those. Red Hood is my favorite. Batman, Arkham Asylum, gotta keep it. The art style of this one is also gorgeous. Love and Justice. Joker Death of the Family is, in my opinion, the perfect comic. Oh, and then Batman Mad Love. Gotta keep that one. If you know me, you know. And then this cute Lego set that my cousin got for me and my mom. It's cute. Look at all the cute hidden stuff in it. There's more stuff like that. I just can't remember where. And before I forget, Curse of True Love needs to go on its shelf. Oh, but here's the holiday special of Fourth Wing with the sprayed edges. This is the first edition of Iron Flame that I picked up secondhand for too much money. I love her. And then this is the UK paperback edition. I want to annotate the shit out of this one. And then over here, oh, hang on. This is my UK covers of the Once Upon a Broken Heart trilogy. I'm gonna put the other ones underneath for now, the one that I just got. Then I have Priory of the Orange Tree, The Day of Fallen Night, and then that is where my Dune books are going, some of them. At least, this hasn't changed much. I'm gonna put that one on now. I'm gonna take off the dust jacket. That is where that's gonna go for now, but I'm definitely gonna move it. I have an idea for a new bookcase that I'm gonna pick up at Target, but yeah, I love these. I love this series. I've been annotating these on my reread or like re-annotating. I've been wanting to do like the really cute aesthetic annotating, drawing on some of the pages. Hang on, let me find the other arch that I did. It was so cute. Look at how cute. I think it's so cute. Some people might look at it and be like, oh my God, you ruined those books. But like, oh, I did a sword. I don't like the sword that much. Those roses are so cute. The little pink bottle of poison. I was trying to keep it all pink. Okay, final stop. Okay, there's so much going on up here and it's also so dusty and messy, so no judgments. This is part vintage Star Wars toys, part Disneyland Star Wars popcorn buckets. Minus the Jabba the Hutt one, which is on the floor. This is like the chaos shelf down here. This is like where all of my Funko Pops live, and also just like so much random like junk that is just like that my brain won't let me get rid of. Okay, I have like a little Stephen King section over here. I have 11/22/63 and then The Shining and my Avatar Funko Pops, and then we have my Hero Academia. I have some like Voltron, Umbrella Academy, Doctor Who. That's my 90s copy of Dune. So I have 3 copies of Dune. That's the one from the 90s cover. And then I have Good Omens, Perks of Being a Wallflower, Eleanor and Park, Rainbow Rowell, Carry On. And then I just put Ready Player One there next to The Martian and Project Hail Mary. I don't know why I said this was like a science fiction section. It's not. I don't know what it is. And I actually pulled off my copy of The Great Gatsby to move up to my classics shelf, and I put Ready Player One in its place. Okay, and then next we have one of my Game of Thrones sections. So if you didn't know, I literally love Game of Thrones so much. So I have the box set, and then I just got this copy of Fire and Blood because I was reading it. And then I got this sealed letter at Con of Thrones that I went to, and it has basically just like a letter in it that's like, hey, your cosplay looks great, thanks. And then this is my season 1 Dani Pop, or season 2. She doesn't stand up. My other pops, this is a coin, like a recreation of the coin from Game of Thrones that I got also at Con of Thrones. I got given a task to go find it, and I got a scroll, and it was like a scavenger hunt. And then this is the costuming book, because I made a bunch of costumes. And then this is my recreation of Jaime's golden hand. I molded it to my hand, and it fits, and yeah, I shan't be putting it on because it hurts so much. That is my Game of Thrones shelf. I have more Thrones stuff there, more Thrones stuff there. House of the Dragon, yada yada yada. Okay, and then this is this is the saddest shelf ever, but none of these pops ever will stay up. I would stand them up like every single day, but they never would stay standing, so I just left them. But this is like my comic shelf. So this is, I think, all Batman New 52 comics. And then we have more Batman comics. These are part vintage Star Wars comics from the 70s, part vintage He-Man coloring books, also from the 70s. And then I think those are Harley comics. And then this is the Art of Harley Quinn. And then I have a Tesseract and yeah, all of this. And then there's just like more. And then the rest of it, I think, is honestly textbooks that I've been meaning to unhaul. So then I have another shelf, but yeah, that's kind of it. Yeah, so this is my planning brain now. I have this like weird like nook right inside my bedroom door. And then like this is my bathroom door. And I have this mirror here that it lights up, but I have to like take it off and plug it in and everything. But basically I hate this space. It's just become like a catch-all for junk, which is so me. So I have like bags and hats and stuff just kind of catch right here. I think what I want to do is get one of those little Target bookcases that say yay high, put it there, and then some of this stuff can go on the bookcase as well as more books and stuff. The only issue that I foresee happening is I have these dumbass, here, these like lips, because of the way that they installed the flooring here. They're everywhere, so they make everything like an inch away from the wall, and it is so annoying, and I've been wanting to rip them out for like a year now, and I think I'm going to attempt to rip out this one. I think I'm gonna start in my bathroom and then go from there, but that will probably be a whole nother project. I at least want to get the shelf in. I'm gonna stop talking now. I've just been like talking. I just filmed like 30 minutes of literally me just talking. I need to start editing my other videos because I'm out of empty SD cards. So we need to have a little editing day.
Jewels hang off your hands, diamonds sparkling from clear sand, swirl the world around your head, mend our tears with golden thread, saying no but I'm afraid it's true. It's time for me to try out something new.
Good morning! We're almost done with our Disneyland portion of the day, so that's fun. Also, I hope you enjoy this angle. You're resting on my phone. I got a breakfast burrito and a cold brew from Galactic Grill, and then I think we're probably gonna take the monorail to the Lego store to go wait in line over there. It is so good. Sausage, bacon, egg, hash browns. Cold brew, I got sugar-free vanilla in it. This is what I'm most excited for. I need a bite of that. The sriracha aioli, or the chipotle aioli on it is so good. $200 later, I went in wanting one set, and I got technically 5. Bought 3, 2 gift purchases, and I got the coin. I gotta go figure out where to put my coin now. Probably next to the other one, right? That makes sense, right?
Yeah, makes sense.
Success. Now to Sephora. I need skincare. Sephora, I just got skincare. Okay, gift with purchases first. The AAT poly bag, the droid carrier. Very excited about this one. Everyone apparently is very excited about this one. Apparently they haven't made one of these since 2008, so that's fun. And then the big one, the coin, so it slides apart. It slides open, and then the coin is the trench run. There's a little clear piece with the X-ring that slides back and forth over top. So I literally only went into the Lego store looking for one set, but because I wanted all of the gift with purchases, I got more. This was the only one that I really was interested in. They have it as the 25 years of Star Wars Lego, but I'm kind of disappointed because it's also the 25th anniversary of the Phantom Menace. So they had a lot of Phantom Menace sets, but they didn't have that anniversary tile like they did with Return of the Jedi last year. I also got the Droideka. This is kind of fun. They have the minifig too, I think is so cute. And still just 25 years of Lego. And then, oh, I am so excited about this. I got the pen. I had one from last year. I got one last year, and all of the ink drained out of it randomly and into the bottom of like my cup. But, so, oh my god. I got a new one because it's like genuinely a good gel pen, and I was so sad. And it's also like an incredible fidget, like the old one. The lid doesn't latch all the way anymore because I was just constantly like at work just like clicking it. I had to get a new one because I don't have a red gel pen apparently to annotate books. So I also got the Tantive 4 Infiltration. Yeah, the wording of the Tantive 4 because I love the diorama sets, even though this one isn't technically a diorama. I just love that they have this guy lifted up off the ground with a little clear piece like he's dying. I think that is so funny. And apparently there's like action parts. Oh, and the door opens and closes. I think I'm gonna build this one right now. Put on a little audiobook ski. Oh, actually, if I build the Droideka, I can put it with the rest of the droids. Take me home. Take me home. Take me home. This is quite the angle I have found myself at. Good morning, basically. Yesterday I didn't really do anything else. After I built the Legos, I built the Droideka, and then I built the pod racing scene, the Mos Espa pod racing, and then I basically just read a bunch of books. I finished King of Pride yesterday. I'd been putting that one off, waiting for King of Sloth to come out, which I haven't picked up yet. That was basically all I did yesterday. I guess at this point now, I'm just gonna say goodbye. Hope you had a good one, because I'm not gonna be doing anything interesting today. In fact, I need to edit. I have like 8 hours of content that I need to edit. Like, it's a little scary. I hope you enjoyed. I certainly got a lot of footage of my own books and not of any of the activities that I did. So that's fun.